Let's talk about the military. Pre-World War II, America was 19th militarily around the world. We had kind of moved on from the idea of conquest and into the idea of innovation in business and commerce. We would avoid the war as long as we could, but obviously Pearl Harbor would pull us in. And in that moment, American corporations had to reinvent themselves, and we didn't have a war machine. They had to convert from building cars and industrial equipment and agricultural equipment to building tanks and airplanes. And our young men, like my grandfather, would get drafted and sent overseas to fight a tyrant, and our young women would build the war machine that won the war. Post-World War II, the American government, American businesses, and quite frankly, the American people looked at the sacrifice and the huge investment that was made to win the war, and they decided we need to try and achieve some type of return. So we would convert. We would convert the war machine to a peace machine. We would defend the corridors of commerce around the world and ideas of freedom and democracy wherever they sprung up in the world. After all, American corporations didn't want to just sell their wares here in America. American academics wanted to travel abroad and study. Heck, average Americans just wanted to travel and see what was out there. And the peace machine would make all of this possible. Eventually, we would do away with the draft, and it would be a volunteer army that would take up this mantle of the peace machine. And in exchange for our young people's sacrifice, we would offer them an opportunity. You know, the biggest commitment most of us will ever make to this country is saying the Pledge of Allegiance in a classroom somewhere, or humming along with the national anthem at a sporting event. You know, maybe take your hat off. With the behavior that we have seen towards our military as of late from our government, if it's unthinkable to you and me, I mean, threatening our neighbors with conquest in Canada and Greenland, threatening our allies that we do business with, now this business in Iran. And if it's untenable to you and me, imagine what it's like for a lifelong military person who retired. Heck, here at TPC, our own Captain Skills has to look back on his service and wonder, was this what it was for? To rebuild some war machine? If you're on the right or the left or the center and you're supporting this military behavior, I just have to give you the Greta Thunberg. How dare you? How dare you think this is responsible? And if you don't care for the Greta Thunberg, then I'll offer you the Elon Musk. You should take a giant step back and go fuck yourself.